Why is it so challenging? You have no purpose. Here we go. Namaste and welcome everyone. This is day number 187 of 365, A Life of Bliss 365, one quote every day from the book A Life of Bliss, the living transmission, channeled through this one from our dear non-physical friends and teachers AnandA, here to assist us humanity in remembering who we are and why we are here. And today we are sharing why, from one perspective, in infinite potential, that you cannot find your purpose, because there is no purpose. There's no mission, there's no purpose, there's no meaning. Life is meaningless. This can be very unpopular or it can be very liberating. That depends on you. So we're live streaming live every day for a whole year at 3:33 UK time, multi-streaming on all sorts of platforms. If you're joining live, please put in the comments where you're joining from. Let us know how you have not found your purpose. And if you're joining on replay, put in the chat, I am a time traveler, and we'll get right into the quote for day number 187. The becoming of life is the movement of evolution. The evolution and the revolution, the circling back upon itself, within itself, as the Creator looks through your eyes into its own being. This never-ending cycle never began. You never get it done. There is no purpose. There is no goal. There is just what there is, and what you choose to make that mean in your beingness. And so when we look at this, there is no purpose. You hear a lot, I need to find my purpose, I need to live my mission, I need to be in my greatness, my genius, whatever it happens to be. And there's a saying or a teaching or an idea that has great wisdom, but it's become kind of cliche. And it's that it's not about the destination, it's the journey. And the reason there's no purpose is because purpose or mission or some sort of thing that you want to achieve makes the destination instead of the journey. That makes the purpose achieving something, ascending, getting something, getting a relationship, getting a certain recognition, achieving a certain amount of money, completing a project, getting that relationship. It makes the goal the purpose. So then the actual what always is the joy of it is the actual becoming. It's the process. The point is the process is the point. And so there is no purpose because life is a blank canvas and we give it all the meaning that it has. Life doesn't have any meaning, we give it the meaning. So if people agree with the meaning that we give it, then it gets traction and then it gets more and more energy around it. And it's like these events. We're recording this in the eclipse season. It's like any event, all events are neutral. Everything is a blank canvas, everything is neutral. But when there's a lot of attention, wow, I feel such energy in my hands when I'm sharing this. Holy, I can feel like just energy like way out here. So Wow. I've never felt that energy so strong. Where were we? All events are neutral, completely neutral. And then we assign meanings to every event. So there's a blank canvas of potential. We assign a certain meaning to it, and then others agree with that. And when there's a lot of attention and a lot of agreement, then it gets further and further along the line of that meaning. So the eclipses or certain dates or events or certain ideas that are given a focal point in consciousness, and many beings with their consciousness focus on that and look towards that and give it energy and give it attention, then it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. So everything is blank canvas, everything is a white sheet, and then we get to give it the meaning that we so choose. And if others agree, and if many agree, this is the power of prayer and all of these things, then what meaning is given to it by more than one amplifies that exponentially. So there is no purpose. So when we say there is no purpose, it means that there's no one set, specific, designed meaning inbuilt, that you have to find a meaning for your life, you have to find a purpose for your life, and that there's something that you don't know that you might work out, and as part of your work or your service, and you have a mission, there's something that you must complete, and that's set in stone, and that is the purpose. And if you don't find it, you've wasted a life. And if you do find it, your life will be fulfilled. This is what we mean. What the purpose of everything is for Source, God, Goddess, to experience his, her, itself through the dreaming of it being a one singular part of itself, forgetting it is the grand self. And so the purpose is whatever is appearing. And that part of itself that forgets through agreed upon amnesia, that is you, listening to these words, apparently watching this video, you get to choose that. So there's infinite potential, and it all already exists. Every potential future, every potential past, every potential present already exists. By our choices, by our focus, and by our attention, we get to see what it is we choose. And when two or more are gathered in my name, there I am, is when more and more focus on the same event and focus on the same intention, it gets traction, it gets purpose, it gets meaning, because it's been given meaning by free will beings who are dreaming that they are not source, giving this event, giving this purpose, giving this thing some meaning, and then it expands. So we're in this eclipse season, and there's a lot of talk and feeling and sensation around this total solar eclipse on the 8th of April. You can feel a lot of energy on it, a lot of attention, a lot of focus on it. So because that is happening, it is going to be significant, not because it has significance, but because more of us have given and continue to give it significance. So humans can dream up all sorts of stories, and I heard some beautiful, amazing stories yesterday about it, which is amazing. This is what it's all about, the stories. As my beautiful friend Randall says, like, it's all stories, everything's story. And it was like the video we shared last, like, all beliefs have a lie in them. Literally, in the word belief, you got lie. All beliefs must go, because they're all lies. Every belief is a lie. So we can choose our lie. In the grandest sense, everything is a lie. Everything is just a dream, a play. But we get to choose our lie. We get to choose the role. We get to choose what it is we make this mean. And so when we bring all these stories together in all these beautiful ways, it can be weaved together in this tapestry. It can be an incredible experience, or it can be scary, it can be rapturous, or it can be revelation and wondrous. It doesn't matter. It only matters, what did it say in the quote? There is just what there is, and what you choose to make that mean in your beingness. So let's say this eclipse on the 8th of April, or the one that's just passed. Let's say you were off in a mountain somewhere, never heard anything about this, but of course you're connected to the field, and you get a certain feeling or sense of what is happening, and you don't even know that there is an eclipse. Let's say you're in Siberia, who knows, anywhere, just making up somewhere, and you don't know that that's going on, but you can feel in the energy there's something going on. And that could have a quote positive or a quote negative experience on you. But you don't have access to social media. You don't follow any, you have access to people that are around you, and let's say your focus is on every day finding food, creating shelter. It's very like a very earthly experience. Because we're connected, because we're one, you will feel something. But if you don't assign a certain meaning to it, you don't even know about eclipse or that it's happening unless it's actually there. It won't have the same meaning for you, but you may experience something as a result of the collective focus on that meaning. So there is no purpose, but our collective intentions and attentions do provide a field of potential. But even when that happens, if we're not following along with that, or if we choose to give something a different meaning to it has, then it will have that meaning for us. So again, there's no intrinsic meaning built in. And humans so much want to have a meaning. We want a purpose. We want an answer. We want to make sense of this crazy life and how you go through all this trauma and all of this craziness and all of this forgetting and all of this remembering. You just so much want there to be a purpose. You want there to be a reason. The small self wants so much. There has to be a reason behind this, and there is if you give it one, and there isn't if you don't. And then it's just what is. It's just what's unfolding. It's just what's appearing. And I get to choose what I make this mean. I get to choose that this is appearing and this is how I respond. This is how I am in response to what appears. This is how I am and how I react to what appears. So there is no purpose unless we give it a purpose. There is no meaning unless we give it meaning. We only make matter what we give attention to. So we make what matters, what comes into form is what we give our attention to, what we make matter. We make matter what we give our attention to. Matter becomes form when we give our attention to it. So if we're giving a lot of attention to this eclipse or anything else, just using that because that's topical in the time, it will have that meaning for us. If we do not, it's a blank canvas. And again, doesn't mean that we won't have experiences, because the collective will and collective intention is powerful. But there can be a powerful collective will, collective intention, and you can choose to give it a completely different meaning, and that is the meaning you will have, and that is the experience you'll have, and that is the focus that you'll have. There is only one earth, there is infinite worlds. So we'll all experience our own version, because everything is a projection from us within this infinite field, and this infinite potential can be experienced in infinite ways. And that is the gift of being this divine human vehicle and vessel. And so this is the contemplation for day number 187. I just want to repeat the quote again. The becoming of life is the movement of evolution, the evolution and the revolution, the circling back upon itself within itself as the Creator looks through your eyes into its own being. This never-ending cycle never began. You never get it done. There is no purpose. There is no goal. There is just what there is, and what you choose to make that mean in your beingness. And now, as always, we are invited for a short moment to drop into sacred silence as we drop everything. Drop all purpose, all meaning, every word that has been shared here. Drop all ideas of self or other, missions and purpose, music and silence, bodies and words, as we allow what is to be what is, as what is. So thank you as always again for joining this year-long journey, 187 days in A Life of Bliss, living transmission, one quote every day. And this contemplation for today would be a little challenge to spiritual egos that has strongly identified with their mission, with their purpose. And for that, you are very welcome. And for those that have felt like we asked the question at the beginning, why can I not find my purpose? For those that, feel that they're still lost and they can't find their purpose, they can rest easy in the knowing that you cannot find your purpose. You get to define your purpose. So we'll continue this journey every day with you, multi-streaming, love streaming live at 3:33 UK time on all of the platforms, all of the above. All quotes coming from the book, A Life of Bliss, the Living Transmission. And we will continue rolling on this journey, giving purpose, moment to moment, life to life, breath to breath. And until next time, from my heart to yours, the divine in me sees, loves, and honors the divine in you. Namaste. We are